part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
We now return to the Gamer Awards, presented by Speedstick.
And now the nominees for Best Badass in a Video Game.
Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes. Sam Fisher, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Master Chief, Halo 2. Mace Windu, Star Wars Battlefront. Richard Gritchard, Scope Ops Black Saturday. John Madden NFL 2005.
And the award for Best Badass goes to John Madden!
I gotta tell a secret that the reason I sweat because I was fat. It usually does it. You ever notice that? That usually, you ever see skinny people sweat unless they work real hard. Fat people always sweat. It doesn't have to be anything. You just sitting there, boom, it's like, what the hell?
When we return, the award for shiniest car and a performance by Hoobastank.
It's No More Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. That's right, my name is Ray Barnhold, Penny Racer, and with me, as always, XFL coach Alex Fraioli.
I've been telling my guys, get out there, get the ball. What you do with it is up to you, but the first step is to get the ball.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, it's episode 222 in the year 2022.
Yes!
On February 2nd. No. It's a bit late, I guess. But
yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Recording this at the beginning of May.
That's right.
Yes. Happy May Day to you.
May, I don't want to date this, but we're recording this on May 5th. May the 5th be with you. Get it?
Well, you know, where I am, it is still May 4th, so.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
That's not anything.
It's how time works.
Fuck. That's not anything at all. It's Children's Day here in Japan.
No, I'll tell you what, it is anything. You know, right now, I'm in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Does that make any sense?
Oh, that's fun.
Wait a minute, that's a drop.
Oh, that's fun.
I can tell, because you're being nice to me.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm.
The warrant. Optimus. All right.
And it has been a busy week for us here at the No More Compound. We released a preview episode of our new spin-off series, Gold in 16 Seconds.
Yes, get gold or die trying.
And we've also recorded our second episode of that. That'll be coming up soon, I think, if not already. Alex?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for checking the calendar.
Listen to these glowing reviews. It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the... Fuck off! All right.
Okay.
Pretty good. I decided to fill out my drop board finally. I've been using the same drops for like 2 years.
What happened? Did a dog knock over your cup or something?
No, I was recording. I think that was for my demo reel, and I think I tripped over a word, and instead of calmly stopping the recording and starting over, I had to lash out at, I don't know, my microphone. It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the... Fuck off! And it does sound like I did bump something.
Yeah, no, that was very Winnebago man of you. I really enjoyed that.
Winnebago, all right. Let's press on. How are you doing?
Hold on a minute. I'm doing well. But yes, I just want to say Golden 16 Seconds. It is our new show. You can probably guess how many episodes it's going to be, but it is for our gold subscribers. Golder subscribers. Golder subscribers get the show gold. You right? Okay. Anyway, it's on Patreon. Patreon.com/No More Whoppers. $5 a month, please, and you will get to listen to all of them.
Yes!
It's a fun time capsule, sort of.
Yes.
We talk about things that, we've talked about before on the show, but I suppose more depth because it's focused mostly on 2003.
Yes, it's very much an excuse for us to just kind of talk about our early years and what we were doing in 2003, which is fun.
Ray and Alex, early years.
Yeah, I'm learning. There's a lot of that I had just blocked out that I'm now unearthing, and there's a lot of startling things we're uncovering.
Yeah.
I forgot that I briefly dated a girl named Caitlin for a month before that ended in disaster.
Yeah, no, I remembered that. Come on. Who could forget that?
Do you really?
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow, okay. I had forgotten it for a long time.
Yeah, it's not like you to forget things.
Optimus!
I remember that too.
I do forget things quite often.
You'll hear clips such as Optimus and more on the next Golden 16 Seconds from No More Whoppers.
Check it out on your Patreon.
Otherwise, yes, I'm doing well. Been having a lot of fun recording with you twice in a week. How about that?
Yeah, it's great.
You came to me the other day and was like, hey, let's finally get organized. Let's finally pick an actual day of the month to actually record on, and that'll be it, and let's do that. And internally, I'm just a little bit like, well, you had 10 years. What happened?
That attitude implies that, of course, it's Alex's responsibility to do that. How come you didn't, idiot?
No.
That's exactly what you said. Word
for word, verbatim. I also said you were fat.
Oh, no. Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
That's also breaking news on this episode.
Well, actually, the word I used was robust, but nevertheless.
Okay. I like rotund. I'm actually not. I can effectively hide my thunder fairly well.
Until it's time to unleash thunder in paradise.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No!
It's a big no. Sick.
But yeah, we'll see how it lasts. Not just I'm not blaming you. I have my own stuff to do, so I'm not even sure we can really keep up a steady schedule, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I love organizing. It's one of my pastimes. So
one of my passions. Design is my passion.
Yes. So I'm happy to help you out. Help us out.
Thanks for helping me out with my podcast.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. If you need me to do any editing or anything, just say so, all right?
You're like the competitive dad. You're putting together the entire solar system by yourself for me to bring into class.
Yes, exactly.
You're doing the whole podcast for me. You're recording both sides.
Did I tell you I'm Italian? Let me restate that.
That's a thing. Oh, well, speaking of doing projects for people, yeah, I've been doing that too.
That's right. You're a student.
At the old school institution.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, we did talk about this off recording. But boy, oh boy, yes. I just got to say, dudes are so dumb.
Yes,
I got to make this public knowledge. Dudes are really, really dumb.
Yeah.
Especially when they are 18 to 21 years old. Like, my Lord.
Prime dumb dude age.
Let me start by asking you, because my memory's shot. Did I ever tell the coffee story on the show?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
It was just a Discord tirade to me.
No, well, no, I remember telling you on a call. I don't remember.
Right, the epilogue. Yes, the epilogue was on Discord.
All right, there we go. So anyway,
yes.
Well, long story. That's already long. I'm in a group project on one of these classes, Global Dimensions of Business.
Okay, there we go.
It's about international business. That's implied. There's a big group project to construct a report on a business market in a foreign country of our choosing, basically. So there were country groups, and you would just go ahead and click and join the group, and then you would have a group, and then you would have to write a paper or two or three. One of the stages of the paper was called an industry profile, so we had to write.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. Can I guess the stages of the paper?
This is going to be good. Go right ahead.
Hang on. Okay. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. I know it's DABDA. Did I get it right?
Right. Well, you are describing my stages as going through this project. Yeah.
All right. Please continue.
So let me step back 1 second. So we chose Brazil. I was in the Brazil group. We decided on coffee. So we were going to, the conceit of the paper is that we were going to be a small business entering into Brazil's coffee industry.
Coffee.
So there's a second part of the paper called the industry profile which included talking about competitors in the coffee industry in Brazil, not just in Brazil, but coffee makers and producers of a certain size. This is also a small to medium business, an SMB.
Right. I feel like that was the key component. Small to medium business.
Yeah, you've heard the story, so you know.
Yes, I have.
But for everyone listening, yes. Small to medium business. So I thought of a nice small to medium business, a specialty coffee roaster, right? And here's the kind of company that does a lot of business with Brazil. Brazil's, one of the biggest coffee countries and companies.
Brazilco.
In the world. And they got a lot of coffee farms and a lot of people making deals with these growers and making their blends and selling them everywhere across the world, right? So I had an idea of one of those real companies as an actual competitor. So I wrote it down and I did a little profile of it and I was ready to go. And now, by the way, I also kind of have to organize these guys. These guys are not organizing themselves. And so I basically had to step up to the plate. No surprise, right? For most group projects, somebody's got to do it. And as things were getting down to the wire, I had to keep them updated. And so I was suggesting like, okay, yeah, so this is going to be, I gave them basically a small recap of the paper in an email. Like, okay, guys, this is what the paper is going to be. It's about small, medium business in Brazil. And I almost typed this. I should have typed this. Instead, I just thought it to myself. And this was the crucial mistake, is that I should have said, just pick some competitors. As long as it's not like Starbucks or something, we'll be fine, I think.
Oh, boy.
A few days go by. The Google Doc is being updated with their writing. I come and check it, and 2 of them have written competitors as Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
Premier partner to Brazilian coffee growers, I'm sure, Dunkin' Donuts. Alex, wouldn't you say they have a new drink every once in a while from Brazil? Wink.
Shin drink.
Oh, yes, indeed they do.
That's fun.
A third one was Nestle, which makes a little more sense because they do a lot of global business, but still gigantic.
Hang on. I did an ad read for Nestle.
Okay.
It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the... Fuck off!
Wait, actually, can I have that file? I think I'll just embed it in the paper.
Your slogan is "fuck off,"
or maybe I'll just send it. I'll send it to these guys at the end of the semester. Just
it's why they'll find your body in the dumpster.
It's like, hey guys, I recorded the presentation. Here you
go. This says your presentation's only 5.5 seconds. Yeah.
So this list of competitors is me with small coffee roaster, Starbucks, Nestle,
famous small to medium coffee chain at Starbucks.
And I am just holding my head in my hands, being like, well, it was nice while it lasted, I guess. And the thing is that after we wrote all that, we had to have a consultation meeting with the teacher. So we'd all have to get on a Zoom call and everything, and she would fill us in on how we're doing, basically, after she read that part of the paper. So I'm a little bit nervous when that day comes around. Not really nervous, but just like expecting it to be like, you guys really didn't really get this, did you? Turns out, first thing she said as she opened the meeting was like, well, you guys did a good job here.
Oh, boy.
So nice going. And I'm just like, what? And it was then in that moment that I realized that I had grossly overestimated the teacher and basically her standards and really the level of the class in general, because I thought I was in a university class where we have to have some sort of halfway adherence to the rules and concepts of a an assignment, especially in a group setting. But I think her and perhaps some other teachers in academia were just like, yeah, they did it enough. They filled it out. They had a word count. It looks like it's spelled correctly. I think we're good. And I feel like that was the attitude that I got from
her. There was a word count. Maybe what they turned in was just 5 pages full of nothing but the words poo-poo and pee-pee. But did they meet the word count? Yes, they did.
Yeah. So all was good there, basically. Now, the thing is that we had 5 people in the group. One person just did not show up for that portion. They didn't write anything. They weren't responding to the emails or anything. So I was just like, okay, well, you're going in the evaluation later. But then so there's a third and final part of the paper that we have to write. And of course, once again, I'm sending the email to everybody trying to get it organized. And I send them a reminder when it's a week ahead of time. Just a week left to get the whole thing done. Then I get a reply from the guy who didn't show up. And he essentially said something to the effect of, hey, so is there anything left to do on this paper, or are we good here? I'm just like, what? Dude, first of all, maybe read a message.
Wow. Is there anything left to do?
More or less, that was I don't remember it verbatim, but yeah, something of that attitude. And I was just like, okay, well, I just had to write a very polite, professional message saying, well, no, you still have a lot to do. We have a lot here. We are expected to keep writing this paper. So yeah. If you could jump in, that'd be great. And that was that's how I last updated you.
Yes.
So this continued.
Have there been further developments?
There's been a further development.
Okay.
It gets
what is this?
It gets even better. So so he gets it. He jumps in. Now the part of the paper is where we have to, part of it's where we have to outline costs, benefits, and risks of doing business in Brazil. Correct?
Sure.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Doing business in Brazil comes with costs, but also benefits and risks. We have to outline these things. It's part of having an industry report. It's how business gets done and organized. This guy decides to take on the cost portion. That happens at one day. I come back the next day to check on the Google Doc. I look at what he's written for costs. He has started a paragraph about costs of traveling to Brazil. And the content of the paragraph is about how first you want to make sure you have a travel itinerary set and make sure that everything is set up and that you can get all your reservations going and everything is squared away as far as your costs.
What the fuck?
For some reason, he just looked at it and interpreted it as just costs of going to Brazil.
Oh my God.
Not going to Brazil to do business. And at this point, I am, well, we got a few days left to the end of the paper. I'm turning into, fuck it, I'm going to try and wrangle these guys as much as I can. I just immediately leave a comment on him on the Google Docs. So it's going to ping him and just say, this is about cost of doing business in Brazil, not travel. A couple hours later, I get the email notification. He has resolved that comment. And yes, indeed, he did actually write a little bit of something vaguely related to actually doing business in Brazil and the cost of that. So he needed that nudge. However, this has been a course-long assignment about doing international business.
Yeah.
No one cares about the travel. Anyway, that was one of my favorite dopes in school this semester.
That's dumb. First and foremost. On the other hand, I kind of understand the instinct to pad a college paper with nonsense because you have to fill a certain amount of pages, but it's got to be relevant nonsense.
It has to be in context.
Yeah.
You can't have something so way off the mark.
Like I used to hate writing papers, but by the end of my college experience, I ended up loving it. Because I realized you can just fill the paper with anything. And as long as you back up your points, it's fine. And honestly, I think the professor likes to read something that's not just the stock interpretation of whatever the text is.
Yes. And I think an element of that was happening in the previous competitor part.
Oh.
It was like, hey, we wrote something about competitors in the coffee industry. Good enough, I guess. So maybe
Speaking of
you're
coffee.
right on that part. Yeah. Speaking of coffee, you're going to take a sip.
Yes, I just took a sip. I'm enjoying a nice 7-Eleven blend.
Nice Sevelev.
Yes,
And that's
7-Eleven.
why you'll find us at 3 or 4 7-Elevens. And I forget the clip already.
It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the. Fuck off. That's
Had enough of your
Sevelev.
shit. Yeah.
Sevelev is of course short for magnetic levitation.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting there. You're really gonna earn this degree.
Oh yeah, it's almost done. It's going to be a couple more days after after we record this. However, I am going to have to go back and do an edit pass on everybody's thing because it needs to also be under 3,000 words. It's passed already, which is as much my fault as anyone else's. But
honestly, that's the problem you want to have.
Yeah.
Instead of we only have 200 words.
This guy also put his name on a paragraph that, to claim it, to write it. Hold on. No, that's fine. That's what I want.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the paper he signed it like, I wrote this. Bye, everybody.
No, just his name.
Okay.
But then I come back today and he took it out.
Oh?
So he's loafing again, I guess. I'm not even going to bother and, we'll see how that goes. We'll see if anybody writes something. Yeah. Anyway, that's fun. How's your life been, Al?
Raymond, good. I went for I had my first physical. I had my first health check in 10 years.
Yes, I was waiting for this. Let's talk about it.
Because it turns out when you're a career drunk, you don't really care about your health anymore.
How much does that pay?
Not well.
Oh.
Oh boy, it actually cost me a lot.
Oh darn. I was thinking of getting into it.
But yeah, when you quit drinking, and then you get the thing in the mail that says, "Hey, come get your physical," you start to pay attention to it.
You get a thing in the mail?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it goes to business owners or what, but I think that was the context here because it was addressed to the Kuritikaru Hito Godo Gaisha.
You want to be a healthy
shacho.
bartender, don't you?
Yes. And I opened it up. I looked. I saw. There was a place to get my physical, and the government foots, I believe, half the bill in this case.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I still had to pay, I think, 7,000 yen.
All right. Could be worse, right?
Could be worse. I live right next to a building called the Kokusai Center. Kokusai means international, and rail means rail.
Oh, okay.
It is also right above the Kokusai Center subway station. And I saw on the sheet that I got in the mail, it said, here's a list of clinics where you can go get your physical. And one of them was in the Kokusai Center building.
Oh, my goodness. Stop by and get a Coke.
It's on my block. It's a 2-minute walk. More words rhyme. I will continue to talk. All right.
Now let's rock.
So I called up the number. And I said, yes, hello, I would like to schedule a health check. And they said, great. How's this date and time? Great. Long story short, I was so excited that I could get my health check so close to home that when I looked at the list to call them, I was looking at the next number down. And so I ended up making my reservation at a completely different clinic, maybe 7 or 8 blocks away.
Oh, you didn't even bother canceling?
No, because I didn't realize. I didn't realize until they had sent me the receptacles to collect samples.
Okay. Well,
and I had already filled them.
Oh, okay.
And
technical term.
Yeah, I wasn't about to send them back with a note that said "never mind." You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. It's
you deal with this.
Here, you throw this away. You flush this. I ended up at a clinic in Spiral Tower, so named because it is a spiral tower.
Okay.
But which is still very close to my apartment.
Just like in one of my Japanese RPGs.
It's just like one of your Japanese RPGs. And I go in there and we do the whole thing. They test my hearing and my vision. And I got to embarrass myself when I was doing the vision test because, in Japan, I don't know how this is outside Japan, but they show you just a grid of 12 numbers, and then under each number is a circle with a section missing. And you got to say where the section is missing, up, down, left, or right.
Okay.
And I don't understand this. And the woman's like, what do you see under 7? And I just go, 12? Because that was the number. I didn't know I was looking for a circle.
Can you explain this to me again? It's like, I'm imagining like the numbers have like holes punched in them, sort of.
No, not the numbers. I said below the numbers, there are circles.
Okay, and the circles
are missing a section, either up, down, left, or right.
Oh, okay.
So if a circle is missing the right part, it just looks like the letter C.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right. And then so what you do is you go from 1 to 12, and you just say up, right, left, down.
BA start.
And that was it. Yes, BA start. Oh, I wish I could have 30 lives. Like some kind of super cat. I did the vision test. I did the hearing test.
I wish my name was Vic Viper.
Is it not?
No.
Okay. I got A's on my vision test and my hearing test. It was basically A's and B's across the board, except for 2, which we'll get to later. I had blood take. I almost passed out having my blood drawn. A, because I am scared of needles. I do have a fear of needles.
Oh, jeez.
And B, boy, really need that blood. I just kind of need it, you know?
Hold on, I need that bone marrow.
You're a lousy butler. I tweeted about this, but I'll summarize it again real quick.
You're a lousy bloodletter.
Donk. Just fall on the table. I almost passed out because I think it was compounded by the fact that I was panicking because they drew 3 vials of blood, and towards the end, I think the woman was trying to keep me calm. So what she said in Japanese was "ato ippon," which means just one more vial, and then we're done. And what I heard was "ato ippun," which is just one more minute, and we're done. And I remember thinking, oh, I can't do this for 60 more seconds. I am going to pass out. Down I go. And so she got the 3rd vial. She wrapped it up all quick, took the needle out. And then as I was about to pass out, and then she and 2 other nurses wheeled me over to the fainting bed where I lay for 5 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was, wow. I haven't had blood drawn in... Boy, I don't remember. I guess I was too young to remember the last time I had blood taken.
You poor, poor man.
I hate it. It's gross. They keep it. That's the worst part.
It's really not that bad.
That's the worst.
I'll tell you what. I had a weird vaccination experience just very recently.
Oh, no.
So again, this is related to school. The school is stupid and did not accept my childhood MMR vaccine. So I had to get another measles vaccine. Now, thankfully, I just live next to the Rite Aid. I just walked on down to the Rite Aid. And so I just got that all reserved, and I was waiting for it to happen. Go in the room and go get the shot. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm expecting to just get a little bit of a jab in the side of my arm, just like I have been with the COVID vaccines, okay?
Right.
That's how they do things here. No, this lady jabs the needle in the backside of my arm where it's extra fleshy.
Excuse me?
You know, like the butt of my arm, basically a little bit above my elbow.
Okay.
Just the back fleshy part of my arm. And that's not as comfortable. That's actually a lot harder to deal with than just getting it in the side. And I was like, is this how it is supposed to be done with this vaccine? I don't understand. I was so in shock I didn't actually ask that. But coming home, it was like, boy, this is weirdly painful. And like, it sucks because why would you just stick it in the fleshiest part of the arm?
Well, because if it's like the COVID vaccine, those are intramuscular, which means they go into the muscles, right? So
okay, great. I have muscles on the side of my arm where it's much tougher.
Maybe she assumed, oh well, it's COVID. It's the age of COVID. He's probably gotten so many jabs in that part of his arm. He wants it elsewhere, and then just did it without asking.
I guess I was all ready to go, and then she swabs the alcohol in the back of my arm. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then book.
What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you doing?
Jesus. Oh no. What is this? And, maybe lasted half a second longer than I thought. So that also was extra uncomfortable. But at the end of the day,
that's fun.
Not a big deal. I don't have that kind of reaction that you do. I'm fine getting poked. It's for the greater good.
I mean, the COVID vaccine has kind of helped me somewhat overcome my fear of needles when stuff is going in.
Yeah.
Because those are over very quickly. Those were over super quick. I am still not a fan of needles when stuff's coming out.
Well,
because that lasts too long to be comfortable.
Let me ask you, are you looking at it while it's happening?
No, my eyes are shut and I am pretending I am playing Super Mario Brothers on our brand new Nintendo Entertainment System out now.
Go to a happy place. Yeah.
Yes, I go to my happy place.
Go to that goddamn happy place. Yeah, I understand.
It's 5:25 a.m. and I got woken up by my dad grinding coffee beans, so I'm playing Super Mario Brothers on our new Nintendo before breakfast, and then I have to go to school.
That very first Nintendo. You understand what I mean by that?
Yes!
In Japan, they called it Famicom.
Hi! I was trying to pull some drop, like when I'm listening to a podcast and I hear something I want to take for a drop, I will open up my phone, I'll back up to where the thing was said, and I'll just take a screen cap of my phone.
Right.
And then later on, I'll just look at the screen cap, find the episode, find the timestamp, and then make the drop.
Clever.
But I tried to do that with 2 drops today before we started recording, and I guess they're already putting in different ads or different length ads in the beginning. And I could not, for the life of me, find the things that I wanted. I tried 2 minutes backwards and 2 minutes forwards and everything in between. And I just could not find what I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, brother. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the podcasts that do the auto inserted ads there.
Yeah.
Maybe you are just a silly head.
I am a silly head.
Speaking of drops, there's one.
Use it. Go with it. I did during this health check. I did have my first barium test, which I'd never done before. I've only heard people talk about it.
Where's barium?
Barium. Where's barium? Thank you. Where you basically drink a gross white liquid and then
it's white.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like a cold dark substance, like a cold dark substance. Anyway, continue.
Is that a Hemingway novel? It has the consistency and the temperature of like paint, basically.
All right.
It's like drinking white paint.
Loving it so far.
And then it goes down inside you, and then you lay down on a big slab, and a guy moves it around and watches to see if the barium can move around freely in your body. And if it does, that's good.
Yeah.
And if there's any obstructions, he'll know about it. But the whole thing is like that you can't burp. They tell you don't burp because if you burp, it fucks it up.
All right. Okay.
But you really want to burp throughout the whole thing because it's a gaseous scene.
Yeah. Then the nurse runs in, but doctor, I haven't injected the dye yet.
My God. Yeah, and that's fine. They end on that, fortunately, because after that, I'm like, I cannot do anymore.
But it's not a radioactive one, though, to go back to my joke. No. What's it for exactly? Just to see how things move around? I think so. I don't know. That's just the conclusion that I'm drawing based on what the fact that I drank a thing and then I was moved around at every angle so a guy could see inside me. I see. Did I tell you this? Remember when I had my kidney stone?
Oh yeah! God!
That's when I was getting poked a few times. So that's why I'm pretty much inured to vaccinate. However, when I was in the emergency room, they did have to take like a little EKG type thing. CT scan, idiot. So they set me down to the scanner and they injected an IV in me to inject a slightly radioactive substance to see what was going on in there. So I'm just sitting there and the technician's starting up the machine and everything, and then the IV like squirts me in the face twice.
What?
As it's injecting the thing. It turns out the guy didn't tighten it all the way.
Oh. Wait, did you get sprayed in the face with radiation?
To be honest, I don't even know how radioactive it really was, but it was this substance that they used to to see everything moving around in there. And
Okay.
and I was just like sitting there, stone faced, like, okay, that's odd. Then the guy comes back, he's like, oh yeah, this didn't go in all the way.
He comes back and you just drenched from head to toe.
I wasn't
He's like,
drenched.
Oh, sorry, man.
It was a little. It was just a teeny squirt, but it was a strange experience.
Drenched like we were sitting under my air conditioner.
What else happened inside you to talk about?
Let's see here. Everything was pretty
outside.
normal. I did hear, I was telling all of this to my friend Jason, and he told me that for some reason, maybe a mix-up, they took his blood pressure. When he went for his physical, they took his blood pressure after they drew 3 vials of blood.
All right.
And they're like, wow, yeah, your blood pressure's off the charts. This is not good. And he's like, you just took blood from me. I'm in a heightened state. Like, what? You're supposed to do this before.
Why is this episode turning into medical follies?
I don't know. There's a lot can go wrong.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not actual malpractice. You're like,
No,
okay.
I call it alpractice.
We're okay, folks.
Yeah. So it mostly went fine. Everything was good, and I got the results back. Everything's good.
I got
it's A's and B's across the board, except for BMI and cholesterol, which are both a C. And I'm just trying to correct those by eating better. And I should, now that the weather's nice, I have no excuse not to go running again. So I should probably get back into that.
I've added a sprig of parsley to my pasta.
I've added a pound of parsley to everything that I eat.
All right.
I call it the horse diet. Horses eat parsley.
It gets spicy after a while, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's good though.
Well, that's good all around.
Now wait.
What?
There's one more wrinkle.
Stop the press.
Don't think that I can spend an hour and a half in a public place without publicly embarrassing myself.
All righty.
So when you go in for this physical, you go to the front desk, you say, "Hi, I'm Alex. Here's my ID to prove that I have a physical here for 10:30 a.m." The woman says, "You sure do."
I'm Alex.
I did think it was weird that I just handed over my samples by hand in a bag. I thought for sure I would have to put them in a box marked danger.
I have another funny story about that.
Oh, go.
So again, with the kidney stone stuff, I had to take a test and deliver it to an office. I was given the wrong kind of container.
Oh.
So I fill up these containers, the receptacles. I'm putting them in a bag, but also like my my messenger bag, and just take them to the office. As I pull them out, once I reach the desk, I find out they are leaking everywhere. They are not exactly...
Oh, no.
By design, they do not tighten all the way.
Oh, no.
So, this is mid-handing the thing to the lady.
Oh, okay.
And we both realize something has gone horribly awry.
Oh, no.
And I go, oh, sorry. Oh, dear, I didn't. Oh. And she's just like, oh, okay, yeah. I don't think they gave you the right containers.
Jeez.
Anyway, that had to be redone completely. I had to be starting a whole new different test because somebody else screwed up. But yeah.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Jeez.
Fun for all.
Gross.
Of course, it doesn't matter to me. I'm used to my fluids, but you know.
We're all used to your fluids.
A little bit embarrassing, yeah.
Oh, God. Ugh. Okay.
Anyway, continue.
So I hand over my fluids and solids. And the woman says, great, here's your slippers and your change of clothes. So I go back into they got 2 changing rooms. I go back into the changing room and I change out of my clothes and into, they got what?
My car.
My car, yes. Get out of my clothes. Hey!
No, that's valid.
I change into what is basically loungewear and slippers.
Ooh.
Yeah,
slip into something more comfortable.
Yeah, I do all the tests. Everything's great. Everything's fine.
2 plus 2 is 4. Finish up.
Yeah, and I go back into the changing room and I change back into my regular clothes. And like a dummy, I bring up the change of clothes and the slippers to the front desk, and maybe I'm still woozy from losing blood, and I'm not thinking straight. I'm just like, here's your stuff back. And the woman's like, "Oh no, sorry. There's a receptacle in the rear of the changing room. Please go back in and put them in there." And I'm like, "Radio."
Okay.
And so I go back in. I go to the back of the changing room, and I'm looking around. I look down, and there's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not a trap door. It's like a basket with only two sides. It's like a curved, like a half pipe, but it's kind of squished. It's
okay.
It's
like an old timey scale, or like what you'd use to weigh your produce on.
Kind of, but thinner.
Okay.
And it's got like some fibers inside of it. I'm like, oh, those must be for decontaminating the clothes. And I place my slippers and my clothes into this thing. And then I'm leaving. And then, I don't know, I guess I just thought maybe my brain was catching up with my actions and said, let's confirm that that's what that is. So I turn around and I go back to it. And looking at it from across the room, I realize instantly, oh, I just put my shit in the dehumidifier. So I go over and take them out. And then immediately I stare straight ahead at the wall and see the giant handle and it just says, "Put clothes here." And so I open it up and I dump my stuff in there, and then I beat a hasty retreat out of the building. Fortunately, nobody was in there to see that, but
no, of course not.
Embarrassing for myself in retrospect. But all in all, pretty good. Did better than I thought. I left thinking I had done better than I thought, or better than I did, simply because I think I misunderstood what was going on. So, anytime a test was done, the person conducting the test would look at the results and they would say, "Great, this is really good." And I thought they meant like, "Oh, you're very healthy." And I think what they actually meant was, "Oh, this is a usable reading and we don't need to redo this test."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
nice
it turns out my actual results were pretty decent, except I'm a little bit of a chubster, so I got to work on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you well as we do all Alex's.
Thank you. Hang on. I got to tuck into this double cheeseburger.
I'll tell you what, I'm going for a physical too in June. Maybe I mentioned this.
Birthday physical.
I'll be doing the same thing. Maybe with less barium.
What?
Barium seems to be a Japanese health test thing, as I've learned.
It's delicious.
It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the...
Fuck off. Great. How much blood do they take there?
I don't know. Probably, I don't think they're going to be taking any blood. If they do, it'll probably just be one vial. I mean,
I was frustrated because I still don't know my blood type, and of course, I have Japanese people ask me every so often, and I have to be like, I don't know because it's meaningless, really.
I think 20 years ago, my mom said it was O, so okay, let's go with that.
I've heard, is AO a blood type?
No, that's blue in Japanese.
Oh fuck, you're okay. Well, no, I was thinking. I think all Italians have AO because AO.
All right. Well.
All right.
All right. Next.
But yeah, I was hoping they would tell me my blood type, and I got my results back. And there is a field for blood type on the results, and it was blank. Oh. So thanks, guys. I just want to, I want to know in case, I'm in an accident and I need a blood transfusion or something.
Yeah.
Right. Why should we put all of the burden on these? What's the universal donor? Is that type O?
Yeah.
Big O. Roger Smith. Cast in the name of God, ye not bleeding. Optimus. Coffee's hitting me real hard today.
Yeah, they were like, we do that in another lab in Wisconsin.
They send it to America.
Yeah. It's the only place that tests blood types. Sorry.
Or even better if there's just a weird guy working in the office and they just have him come over and they're like, "Hey, Kev." And he just squints at the blood and after a moment he goes, "B."
Yeah.
And then the doc hands it back and goes, "He's never wrong."
No, but he's also in a dark room, where it's all red. He's just evaluating the fluid. Maybe also developing some pictures. We don't know, but yeah. And he's
pictures of blood.
He's like, the more red it is, the better I can tell. And he gives a little wispy smile, and it's just like, all right, thanks a lot, Kenji. We'll see you later.
Oh, fun. Love that guy.
He's the best. He's the best at what he does.
And what he does isn't very nice.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's fun. I'm relieved to know that I'm not, because my assumption was, because it was my first physical in 10 years, I thought that when they send the results back, I was just going to open this A4 envelope and it was just going to be a picture of a skull, is what I was expecting.
I'm not sure what you're basing this on.
10, like a decade plus of hard drinking and smoking every day is what I was basing that on.
Yeah, but you're not exactly obese. I mean, you are a tall man. You have a frame to you that's not like distressingly overweight necessarily. You don't look that bad.
There's a little bit of noticeable chub, but that has lessened since I quit drinking.
Of course.
So that's good. And I got to kick the smoking next, but I have cut down from 6 milligrams to 3 milligrams. That will mean something to somebody.
Okay. I sure don't know.
Okay.
Would be great if you cut it down to 0, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I know, Dad.
Come on.
Fuck, he's right.
Why don't you talk to your mother more often?
I'm actually calling her tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
And that'll be our another new spin-off show.
Mom in 16 seconds.
Yeah, we got Whoppers here.
No mom whop? I don't know. Not great idea.
Not great for anybody, as it turns out.
All right. Well, okay. Can we take a quick break? I need to regenerate some blood.
I guess so. Let's talk more
Optimus
about needles and weedles and burritos.
Yeah. Pocket monsters.
After we come back in a second. Thank you very much. It's No More Whoppers.
Sick.
Make room for huge plays with the HyperX Alloy Origin 65 mechanical gaming keyboard and the Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse. The Alloy Origin 65 has a functionally compact form factor, keeping the arrow keys while ditching the numpad and the F keys. The Pulsefire Haste is the lightest wireless mouse from HyperX, featuring a robust connection and the precision you need to click heads. The Alloy Origin 65 and Pulsefire Haste wireless, a terrific twosome to keep your setup clean and clutter-free.
Explode When Defeated presents something really neat and full of meat.
Those children aren't going to protect themselves in a brand new podcast series about everyone's favorite giant reptile.
Godzilla?
No, we already did that one.
Rodan?
Nope, we did that one too.
Gorgo?
Gamera. We're talking about Gamera.
From turtles to medieval samurai golems on our new series, Demolition Daie.
Only on the HyperX Podcast Network.
Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That's Alex.
Hello.
That's how you pronounce that?
That's how you pronounce that.
Because that's how they do it in Japan?
Yes.
I'm telling the truth. One thing I wanted to say about dudes at school being dumb.
School dudes.
The thing is that in the other group projects, where there's more girls, the girls are very much better at getting things done.
Yeah, girls get it done.
Yes. However, the one I was talking about is all dudes and just a mess. So, of course.
Coffee bros.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. And it's like...
Oh, that's fun.
Now, you get a little bit more insight into why parents are so protective of their daughters in college and high school. And it's because dudes are really, really dumb. Something we can all agree on.
Now, there's something we can all enjoy.
Alex, how's the rest of Japan going? Give us an update on every prefecture if you could.
Oh boy. All right, let's start alphabetically. Aichi. Doing great. I don't know. There's been a bunch of earthquakes lately.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. A little worrying.
Yeah, not the best.
Hope this is not a precursor to quote unquote the big one.
Yeah. Would really also suck to release a podcast when that happens.
Yeah.
So let's all knock on wood right now.
I am now. We are thinking about buying an apartment, which would be nice because we've been renting for 7 years, and it's enough already.
Yeah, that's a nice round number of rentings.
It's just I don't know. I have a friend who works in real estate, and he was helping me. He's an English guy living in Japan. His primary job is he helps expats moving to Japan get situated.
Did you know the woman who voiced Mega Man in Mega Man 8 always lived in Japan and was like a big-time realtor?
What?
And it turns out she's also on NHK World a lot, teaching English.
What?
No, teaching Japanese. To
wow, okay.
Yeah, Ruth Garman.
Ruth Garman!
Yeah, somebody these Mega Man dudes had a podcast and they were interviewing her, and she was actually pretty cool. But yeah,
wow.
She was something where like she was the first foreigner to get a real estate license or something of that nature.
Wow,
some accolade related to real estate. So she was a real estate expert in Japan.
Wow, yeah. Get equipped with upward mobility. Pretty good.
Bass, why must we fight you?
Delicious.
Yeah, they go into all that stuff. So
my pal's been helping me look for a place, and he came to the bar last night, and we were looking online, and oh boy, it's just maybe it's not a good time to buy because everything is expensive.
True.
Everything's kind of been going up.
Very true.
So I'm thinking maybe we should wait, but we've already waited 7 years. Would like to buy a place now. It sucks because. The place we're in right now is good. That's kind of one of the reasons we've been here so long is because we got no complaints about it.
Yeah.
Like the rent is fine. The size is fine. The location is great.
Yeah.
It's very close to my job and Rui's job and Nagoya Station. Like I can go out on my balcony and turn my head and there's Nagoya Station. Like we are there. We are here. We are on the main drag. Huh?
Moving on sideways?
Yeah. But, the only issue is we're still renting and we just want to buy a place.
Can I interrupt you 1 second?
Go.
It was Ruth Jarman, excuse me.
Ruth Jarman!
All right.
Okay. I think Jarman is coming in Mega Man 12.
Yes.
All right, good.
Dedicated to her.
Excellent. But yeah, maybe we'll see. I have some savings from the stimulus money.
Yeah. But of course, Ruri also works.
She does. But she
just you,
makes a Japanese wage, which is not a lot. So, she's able to cover, she chips in for rent and obviously other things as well. We split everything.
A video game bar wage.
Yes, which is also not a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes this possible is the stimulus money that I got from the pandemic, which is, a backup for the bar.
Right.
But also, we also kind of want to move. Also, and it would be a big tax write-off if I use that money. But we'll see. We'll see.
All you really want to do is just buy.
I just want to buy.
All right.
Because I was talking to this guy, because he and his fiance just bought a place, and he said it's great. They put down a big down payment. They've got this mortgage to pay off, but then they will own the place, and if they have to sell it, he's not going to get back as much as he paid, but he's still going to get back a lot of money. Also, there's a good likelihood that the building might get torn down, and if so, he will be very generously compensated.
Of course. That's how capitalism works.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not excited to hang on. I'm not excited about getting to pay a mortgage. I am excited to eventually finish paying the mortgage and then not having to pay rent.
Of course. Mortgage is, just another rent. I got to say, though, you worry a bit about location. I feel like maybe you might have to find yourself making that kind of sacrifice. But on the other hand, you're in Japan. It's not like here where the suburbs are like you have to have a car and you have to drive 40 minutes into the city. You have options. You have better options, I feel. Not
with the bar, because the trains are done at like midnight.
All I'm saying is that you might have to make a careful consideration nonetheless, and you might have to...
Yeah, I might have to close the bar at 11 p.m.
All right.
You're saying this like it's something I haven't considered before. Of course I fucking have.
Alex,
I know that.
Okay,
What?
Let me give you a little bit of insight into how a podcast works. Sometimes when I talk about a topic,
yes.
when I'm having a discussion with with someone, on a show that's going to be delivered to many different people around the world.
Okay, I follow so far.
Sometimes I just want to make sure that, people understand in context what is happening, and that, in some respects, you want to understand the whole situation. So when I say things like, you might want to make some, when I say, you might want to consider some things, it's always about evaluating the market, making sure what you're comfortable with. It's not 100% directed at you. It is,
okay,
let's say 10% directed at an audience who may not be familiar with the entire buying a house thing.
I think it's that my default interpretation is the phrase "you might want to" is very condescending.
Well, I apologize. That's just my vocal tick. I don't mean it in that sense. It's just something I blurt out because I'm bad at talking off the cuff. My name is Ray. Hello.
Oh, that's fun.
And
but fuck off. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, that is my big failing, is that I slip up so much verbally, and I really pay for it, and I haven't yet learned.
Yeah,
so
how does this work so well when you do that? And that's the kind of thing that I snap at 100% of the time.
That is the question of the millennium, isn't it?
How did we make it work? Folks, write in.
Why are neither of us making progress at all?
Professionally, spiritually, emotionally.
What has to happen, I wonder?
No, you made progress. You guys own a place, right?
I meant with speaking.
Oh. Well.
No, with home ownership.
Fine.
Yeah, we have a place, but none of my money's in it. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
I'm proud of you, Ray.
Still good. So right now my consideration is the bar. Like I want to, I told my friend I want to be within a 20 to 30 minute bicycle ride of the bar, which does limit my options. But yeah, I mean, my options expand considerably if I'm willing to close the bar at 11 p.m. instead of midnight, or if through some miracle they extend the trains to run until 1 a.m. That would be great.
I'll tell you what, some bicycling would be good for your weight.
But yes, I know that.
Then guess how great your health report would be.
Fantastic. The problem, I don't mind doing that, let's say 4 months out of the year. The other 8 months, it's either frigid cold or brutally hot. In which case, I don't want to be on a bicycle for 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes a day.
All right, well, hear me out.
Hi.
When it's hot out, bike a nude.
Okay, I like it. You mean continue to do that?
I don't have a solution for the colder months, but... Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Continue to do that, yeah. Sure. That's why you're not in jail right now.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I do that, and people turn and point and stare and shout, "Oh my God, a tattoo."
Still, they still do it, huh?
Yes.
Well, still a lot of older people in Japan scared by the unfamiliar.
They hate it. Well, that's the update from me. We'd like to buy an apartment, but it seems like a real shitty market right now. I sure hope it gets better.
So you haven't even looked at anything, not even to get an idea of what you're in for, or what. Oh no, I looked at some. I haven't physically looked. I haven't been to places, but I've looked on a couple of Japanese real estate websites. And all right, I did mean physical, but yeah, I get it. That's cool.
No, we're still in the planning stages of this.
All right,
but we would like to.
Optimus.
Once again, you saying no, like
what? What about it?
Doesn't make me feel good.
Why?
When I just ask a regular question.
No.
All right. I'm okay.
It's why you'll find us at 4 out of 5 cafes and restaurants in the...
Fuck off!
Yeah, let's bring it back around. We need to cheer up a bit.
We do.
I've been so swamped with school stuff and working on my own things, of course, that I don't have a whole lot to talk about, except I did surprisingly make a new game recently.
Oh, that's right. Gash Magic?
Oh, don't start yet. At least let me say the real name first before you fuck with me.
All right.
I made a little game, very tiny, simple, one person, not even much of a game at all game called Mash Gadget for the new Playdate system. And it is essentially just a take on the old shooting watch digital toy that Hudson released. So it's not much other than a digital clock and some funny digital number games but it's meant to replicate the functionality of that toy and appeal maybe to Japanese people of our generation.
Yeah, that's fun.
Who grew up on Famicom and Hudson stuff, and Takahashi Meijin, that's what it's all about. Of course, if anyone remembers the old One Up Show episode I was on with Takahashi Meijin, where the shooting watch did factor into the plot of those wraparounds. Yeah, that's what this is.
Hang on. Have you considered being the mascot for your own game and rebranding yourself as Takahashi Gaijin?
No, that doesn't look good on me. Gaijin's not that great a word,
No, it's not. Which is why shit like Gaijin Works still cracks me up.
Yeah, well, that's definitely from someone who wasn't really self-aware all that much.
Yeah, it feels like one of those names where, like, it sounds very clever to you the first time that you say it, and then as your life goes on, and maybe you spend more time in Japan, maybe you learn more Japanese, you start to realize, oh, it's real dumb.
When you have it yelled at you from somebody who wants you off the street.
There's a restaurant in, I want to say, Issei or Mie that's run by a foreign guy. And it's the kind of name that he must have thought was real clever when he first moved to Japan. And I don't know. I've never been there, but I imagine that he fucking hates it now. It's just called Izakaya Janai.
Huh, yeah, okay.
I can kind of understand where you would be coming from, where you first come to Japan, you want to open a restaurant. You don't want it to be izakaya style. Oh, I'm going to do everything that an izakaya is not. And that's how I'll classify myself, by what I'm not. Okay, let's call it izakaya janai. I think 5, 10, 15 years down the line, that has to reveal itself to be incredibly dumb, right?
Izakaya.
Did I tell you to restate that?
See.
Oh, boy, yeah. Hey, I also have a dumb name for something.
What's that?
In Japanese. Mash Gadget. I just decided on the Japanese name would be Rendo Watch.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Well, you say that because I did ask for your opinion.
Exactly.
and really, no one else's.
Yay. Well, no, there was already Renda-kun, which I've seen before.
Yes.
And I've there's a Yokai Watch, which I've also seen before.
Well,
why not combine the two?
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't just going to call it Shooting Watch or else Konami would sue my ass.
Oh my God, it shoots your ass.
Right. But yeah, Max.
Send Bill and Lance to your place.
It took me about 3 weeks in total to get off the ground.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really didn't expect to really have it done that quickly.
Cool.
So Panic, the people who make the Playdate, they released their SDK publicly because they want people to make stuff for it.
Yeah.
And the Playdate games are mostly in the Lua programming language. And so I wasn't ready to really learn any kind of language yet, but it turned out someone had made a YouTube video explaining how the samples work and getting up to speed. And I was like, okay, now I get it. Now I can put together something and work on it from there. So I just massaged it for a few weeks. And what do you know? It was ready for the actual launch of the system. And it's been going surprisingly well, all things considered. It's been selling a few copies every day since then.
Cool.
And I really didn't expect that much because it is just a very, very simple thing. It's not a real video game as we would expect it to be in this day and age. But I did want to add some utility to it by adding the clock function because the Playdate has a nice screen and there are other clocks that people have made for it. So it makes a lot of sense in that way. But then it got linked to on The Verge. Andrew Webster on The Verge wrote about it, and he covers a lot of good video game stuff, so I was just glad that he did. And for some reason, that is now like the top referral link from The Verge to Itch, which is where the game is listed, and people just are scooping it up, a few copies at it every day, and so that's pretty cool.
Neat!
I do wonder, though, if it might have to do a bit with the fact that it is one of the highest priced third-party Playdate games. And I wonder if maybe that actually gives people an inverse opinion, like, oh, this must be premium in some way.
I see.
Here's the thing. I deliberately priced it at $5. However, it's on sale for $2.99 for the rest of the year because they are shipping these playdates very gradually and people are only getting them in batches. So, and in fact, I don't have one either. I ordered one way too late. But thank God I was able to test the game out and get it going. It's very simple again, doesn't matter. But so people who will be getting playdates can take advantage of that sale for the rest of the year. And maybe when I finally get one, I'll extend it. So who knows? But yeah, otherwise, I think there's something to that. A, having something for launch. B, giving it sort of a premium price because most of the other Playdate games that are on itch are either free or just like $1 or whatever, but most of them are free. So I think just jumping onto there, being like, or acting like the guy who knows what he's doing, maybe worked out in the end. I don't know.
Yes.
That's my story.
You did it.
Of course, I do like to give off an air of professionalism. I made a real logo for the thing. I made sure that the app looked good enough, that the web page, the listing of it looked good enough, all that stuff. More than most of the indie-minded solo people on itch would probably be bothered to do. That's not a slight on them. I'm just saying that's what I do. That's my sickness.
Sick. Pretty good.
Who knows? I'm just glad it's getting more attention than I ever thought. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And yeah, I thought if anybody out there is also a Famicom type of nerd, likes Hudson stuff, check it out because that's exactly what it's inspired by.
Speaking of Hudson, I have a brief anecdote.
Okay.
I had a dude come to the bar last week.
Was it Takashi Meiji?
No. He seemed like a middle-aged Japanese guy. My only complaint is he was a low talker.
Yeah.
But then he ordered food and started low talking while he was eating. And I'm like, am I being punked right now?
Oh boy.
I cannot understand anything you're saying, sir.
You're getting it every which way from these people
at
the bar. Jesus Christ.
But no, he was a super nice guy.
No wonder you want to move. No,
he was just a huge nerd, who was teaching me about Jotei Senki on the X68K.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me all about the Dojin fighting games. But he was generally a cool guy. But he told me an interesting little tidbit of information about our pal, Yoshi P, Naoki Yoshida, the director for FF14 and DQ10 and producer of FF16. Now, this is a third-hand account and should be treated as apocryphal.
Got it.
But he said he is friends with a guy who used to work at Hudson with Yoshi P back in the 90s.
It's true. He used to work there.
Yeah. He said, according to his friend, Yoshi P went through a phase in the 90s where he would show up to work with his ankles tied together and ask to be referred to as Iori, which I want to believe real hard. I could not find anything about this on the internet, so it's either not a known fact or it's not true.
Iori.
Yes, as in Iori Yagami.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The Iori.
Yes.
Okay.
You
say ankles tied together, like he doesn't really have his ankles tied together. I mean, he can...
Iori Yagami?
Well, not in the sense that he's immobile. That's what I was thinking of.
Did I say he was immobile?
Well, that's what I think. And I think that's what most people listening to the show would think when you say ankles tied together.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
No, I get it now.
You
don't have
to work with a rope loosely connecting his ankles.
Okay.
Like he didn't... If they were tied together, I would have said he hopped to work, wouldn't I?
I don't know. I barely know you as it is at this point.
I have told that story.
I have no idea what you're going to say to me at any given moment.
I have told that story to 4 people so far, and so far, 3 of them have understood exactly what I meant.
Well, congratulations to them. We wish them well. God bless them all.
Optimus! Good stuff. That's fun.
You think you're going to turn this around on me? Oh, no, mister. No.
There's nothing to turn around.
My thoughts are valid.
I've still not dived into the new FF14 Extreme trial. Just because I wanted, I want to have all my extra, what's the word? My life shit in order before I dive into this kind of content. And I'm worried that I will never feel that way again. I will never feel like I have enough control over my life where I can play challenging Final Fantasy XIV content.
Jeez. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. However, I feel like, just from an observational standpoint, not a whole lot has changed with your life since the last time you were involved in FF14, other than the coronavirus pandemic of 2020. You want to get a new apartment. I understand that much.
Yes. Well, the reason I was holding off on resubbing to FF14 was because I was still putting together that demo reel for that new production company.
Of course, you do have your voice work. Yes.
Yes. I don't know if I talked about this, but I joined up with a new production company. I was talking to one of my regulars works in advertising, and he's like, "Oh, you should apply to these agencies." And I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. I applied to 3, and 1 got back to me. And so I went to meet with them, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll put you on our website. Just give us some photos and some voice samples." I'm like, "All right,
easy.
It's that easy." Well, I mean, 2 of those companies just completely ignored me.
Okay, well.
I also applied to Cameo as a talent, and they left me on red.
Oh, dear. Yeah, you should have got on earlier when we first talked about it.
No, I don't think.
Now you need some real verification, right?
Oh, yeah. They want to know how many followers you have and what your deal is. And, boy, maybe I should have borrowed your ID.
Yeah, just put on a mustache and say you're Ray Barnold.
Hello?
Cheerio.
It's me, the inspiration for Dudley.
Hitler.
No!
That was from MST3K, the movie.
That's right.
Optimus.
So was that.
I'm afraid not.
I was also trying to put together the theme song and the musical stuff for Golden 16 Seconds, out now. And I got those out of the way, and that was great, and that felt good and productive, so I went back to the game. But I don't know. There's something about just getting wrapped up in 14 that I do. It's like, do I want to put the needle back in my arm? Do I want to get back on the horse?
It sounds like you are aware that you might have kind of an addictive personality.
Yeah, little bit. Yeah, but I mean, I have the presence of mind to know, I can sort of foresee my own actions. So I'm like, I'm subbed to the game and I'm doing weekly content, but also do I want to get into the end game content again? Cause it's just, do I want to be just a big angry sweat lord again after doing Savage for a couple of months? I don't know.
You do a lot of sweating playing FF14?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh dear.
It's the worst.
It's why you'll find us.
Well, remind me not to sit on your chair.
Cafes and restaurants in the... Fuck off!
Great.
That's
hang on, let's see if I can just
kind of a cheap laugh.
See if I like crop that. Hang on.
Fuck off!
There we go. All right, we've gotten it. We got it down to perfect length. Right. But I've been actually one of the topics I wanted to talk about this week was how I approach content and approach media and things in general, specifically games.
All right. This week's lecture.
I feel like it's not a lecture. I mean, I want to have a casual.
I'm going to school.
I want to have a casual conversation about this. But I started thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts. It is called Threedom, and it's just Scott Aukerman and Paul F. Tompkins and Lauren Lapkus just palling around and talking to each other and being very funny. And Paul F. Tompkins was talking about the Magic Castle. Are you familiar with the Magic Castle?
Oh, yes. And they were shutting it down, and then Randy Pitchford bought it.
I don't know about that. But the Magic Castle is a magic-themed restaurant/hotel in Los Angeles. And it came up on the show on this episode of Threedom, and Paul mentioned it. And then Lauren asked him, is it fun? Is it fun to go to the Magic Castle? And
Good question.
Yeah, and Paul thought about it. Paul thought about it for a second, and he said, you have to be willing to give yourself over to the spirit of it. I.e., you have to go in wanting to have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I realized, oh, that's it. That's what I've been trying to summarize when I talk about video games. It's why I may not enjoy something that everyone says is objectively fun. It's because I'm not in the frame of mind to give myself over to the spirit of that thing. I don't have the energy to meet this game on its own terms. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I started thinking about that and applying that to all of the different games, not just games, but like movies, TV, everything I've tried to get into in the past 20 years. Because when you're a little kid, he's a little kid. Thanks, George. When you're a little kid, that's your default. When you're a little kid, that's your default state because you're constantly on the hunt for more things to entertain you.
Right.
And then as you grow up and you grow older, you've only got so much, let's call it, emotional real estate. Does that make sense?
Baggage? Yes.
Not baggage.
Oh, okay.
Bilbo baggage.
Please continue.
No, sir!
And I think that's why I've gotten just very picky about about the media that I consume, is because I don't have enough space, like emotionally, in my head to do or watch or play all of these things.
It used to be,
hi,
you'd lay down on the floor on your stomach, you'd open up Nintendo Power or a EGM, and you'd flip through every single page, looking at every screenshot and trying to find a game that would be interesting. And sure enough, you'd find something that you'd be wanting to play and ask your parents for, and eventually they wouldn't get. But yeah, that's what it used to be like. You'd have the time and energy to seek out things constantly.
Yes. And to consume those things, if you got, I feel like it's a good comparison is like junk food. Like when you're a kid, you can eat as much shit as you want because you're a kid and your body is, let's say, invincible.
Yeah, well, that hit a wall for me when I was 12, but go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I still have a freaking gut.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
But you got that standing
desk. Would you like me
desk.
to disrobe right now?
Yes! For the last time, yes!
I'll do it.
Oh, that's fun. I also did learn that lesson when I was 5 years old because I ate an entire pound bag of Skittles and then woke up in the middle of the night and vomited them over the side of the bunk bed.
Who were you bunking with?
I was my little sister.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Oh dear.
I barfed the rainbow.
Yeah.
Pretty good. But I mean, soda, like drinking soda might be a good compare. What, Ray?
Sorry. I just had a funny vision. Here comes the dip.
What's your vision?
That's like the childhood version of you playing FF14. Just gorging on that pound of Skittles.
I do have a taste. What's not a taste aversion? A taste connection. I have a like. The taste of Reese's Pieces is inextricably linked to playing Super Mario 64 because when the N64 came out, I went to Toys R Us, I bought an N64, Mario 64, and a pound of Reese's Pieces.
Nice.
And I just went home, and that was my whole weekend, was eating those Reese's Pieces and playing Mario 64.
Yep. Word up.
That's great. Yeah. Maybe like drinking soda is a better description because like as a kid, you can drink lots of soda and you know, your metabolism is still, I mean, for most kids, still so lightning fast. It's not really going to make a dent. But then as soon as you start growing up, it's like, oh, hold up there, slugger. That's, it's going to make you, fat and slow and everything. And I feel like that happened with media consumption is I could consume everything as a kid. And then when I grow up, I'm like, I could watch all 7 seasons of this, but it would make me sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just, It's another reason I feel bad when people recommend TV shows to me. Like someone at the bar last night was running down every single season, every single version and season of Star Trek to recommend them or not recommend them. And I'm nodding and smiling politely, but I'm also thinking I'm never watching any of these. Like I can't. I do not have the energy. I watched a couple episodes of TNG that are fun.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't want to get into a series. I do not have the time, the patience, the emotional reserves. Like, I don't want to watch other people do shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking sick of it.
It's not a fucking internet webcam.
No, but
not watching a coffee pot all day. There's drama and action and stuff.
But yes, I know, but I don't. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to watch these things on their own terms. And if I'm not doing that, it's not fair to them.
Okay, well, let's talk about when you do. So you mentioned Star Trek. I did jump into Star Trek and watch like most of those series.
Yes.
Just coming up on several years ago, but recently enough, right? I never really watched it as a kid at all. But to go back to what you're saying, and I think the thrust of our discussion is you want to go into it having fun, and then that's the key. And you do, and you enjoy it from there. And then I finally watched some damn Star Trek and got some references, and now look at me, making all these great jokes about Star Trek on No More Whoppers every month.
Yeah, Clooney Tunes! That's great!
So there's an example of, the opposite.
Yes. I mean, I don't want to watch these things. I want to be able to watch these things.
Yes.
I want to have the energy to sit through, 12 seasons of whatever. Like my ultimate plan is take notes, keep track of all the recommendations people are giving me. And then when I retire, then it's time to just fucking watch everything ever made.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like, cause at the end of the day, I come home from work exhausted. The last thing I want to do is get emotionally invested in a TV show. Here's what I watch when I come home from work as I eat dinner. 20 to 40 minute, bullshit alien UFO documentaries on Netflix. That's my new shit.
Okay.
Cause I love UFO shit. I love watching weirdos talk about UFO shit. Chariots of the Gods. I'm all over it. I love the whole idea. It's garbage, but I love it. I'm very much an I want to believe kind of person. And it's just fun to watch and put on while I'm eating dinner. Or either that or like the new Unsolved Mysteries, which, little sidebar, a lot of those mysteries seem to be solved.
Or solvable.
Yeah, like a lot of these episodes of the new Unsolved Mysteries, like they will cover a suspect and they'll list the 75 reasons why it was probably them. Right. And I'm like, oh, so it kind of is solved.
I am with you, though. I don't understand the people who feel like a relaxing night at home is to watch like Squid Game or something.
Yeah, right.
And I think part of it is just the kind of person that is, compared to you and me, who is, not to use the G word, but someone who enjoys video games. And I think something in that, in the way we're poisoned to play video games and enjoy them, doesn't make other media as attractive as a sort of escapist relaxation thing.
Yes.
Something you fill your extra time with. It just doesn't occur to you and me.
I do hate the that companies have sort of embraced that. The G word is it German?
Yeah.
Okay. I do hate the way that companies have sort of embraced the gamer lifestyle of this is the next new epic thing for you to get invested in, you fucking loser. Because I know that's how people approach AAA titles in specific.
Yes, they are going for the people watching Netflix.
Yes.
All the time, yeah.
But there's also the possibility that maybe I feel that way at the end of the day because my job is fulfilling.
Okay, yeah.
Because I get to hang out with friends, and even if I'm not hanging out with friends, I'm playing games at work waiting for my friends to come in.
Yeah, and you don't work an office job where you may have some office friends, but you're not always hanging out with those people.
Like, I can completely understand how somebody could work a soul-crushing office job and then come home and want to watch 4 episodes of Star Trek. I do understand that.
Yeah.
But in my situation, that's not how I am, because I enjoy work and I have fun, but I also get very tired talking to people. It's like, I get my fill of that stuff at work. And I think part of also why I've fallen off with the MCU is just because, like, I had an out, and that out is Endgame wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I'm like using it as a good exit point. Like, I'm good. I don't need to. I'll enjoy a one-off like Spider-Man, but like, I don't want to get emotionally invested again in another decade of films. Because like I'm looking back at the past 10 years and how I got really into the MCU, thinking that was great once. I don't want to do that again.
Okay, well, what if they cast Paul F. Tompkins as Wolverine?
I'm in.
All right. Just checking.
That would be great. No, excuse me. Paul F. Tompkins would obviously be cast as Uatu the Watcher. Please continue.
I was trying to think of someone obscure, and I can't because I don't know any of the characters, but thank you very much.
Silver Surfer? Is that it?
Snarf?
Thundercats?
Yeah. I think Marvel owns that, right?
Kaminari Nekos? Yes.
Yeah, I used to be roommates with someone who them and their partner would watch movies what felt like every single day. And it's like,
I don't understand that.
Actual films. And I'm just like, one a day at least, or, multiple ones on the weekend, just chilling out in the bedroom. I'm like, God damn.
I cannot,
I need a breather.
Gluttonous media consumption is, to me, the exact same thing as gluttonous food consumption.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing to yourself?
But that was always me in movies. I never quite understood why everyone would want to go every week for the new release.
Yeah. Like, I get it in the context of putting things on in the background. Like, I have a friend right now who's studying for his master's degree, and he studies better when he has movies and TV on in the background. Like, but that's different. That's you're not sitting down to watch a thing.
I roomed with someone at E3 who asked me very politely if they could put the sleep timer on the TV on ESPN because it helps them get to sleep. I'm like, go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. See, I can't deal with that because I remember growing up, I would sleep over at my friend Smooth's house a lot, and he would always put on movies as we went to bed. And I don't think I minded it at the time because I was just tired and I would fall asleep.
I was just surprised someone used the sleep timer on a TV.
Oh, yeah, right.
Never seen that before.
But because of that, I have seen the first half of Jaws 30 times.
God, because of Smooth.
Because of Smooth. I saw the first half of Jaws about 30 times before I ever saw the second half of Jaws.
Did you tell him, hey, they made more than one of these?
No.
Can we put on Jaws 3D maybe?
No. Hey, wait, I'm going to ask him right now. He says no.
All right. That was
But I mean, yeah. So, I mean, my whole point in discussing this is not so much to be like, people are dumb for liking things, I'm trying to sort of understand how my own brain operates, especially when I am sort of inextricably tied to video games by work.
Yes.
Which leads into other nerdy hobbies and other avenues of media consumption.
Yes. The journey continues for its 38th year.
Yes. Oh, man. Yeah.
I get it. You and I, like I said, we share a lot there. And especially, again, with movies. Like, I'm not going every week to the new release. The movies I like are just often obscure-ish nonfiction things.
Yeah.
About things that I'm not even really that interested in to begin with, but sound interesting, right?
Oh, man. Did you see that documentary about the Rocky statue?
No.
No, because I just fucking made it up, but it sounds plausible, right?
Yeah, I'd watch it.
All right, cool.
It does sound more like a thing there'd be a YouTube documentary on, like some other, like some Joker.
Do not get me started on YouTube.
No.
You did already. Sorry.
Oh,
I keep YouTube on when I'm playing FF14 just as something to sort of, to have on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm really just running through back episodes of like Red Letter Media, Best of the Worst stuff, because that's just fun to have on in the background for me while I'm playing FF14. But the YouTube algorithm keeps pushing content about content.
Yes.
Which is another thing that I am really struggling to understand as a 38-year-old human being.
Content about making YouTube content, like growing your channel. Is that what you mean?
No. I mean, like, here's 90 minutes about the history of the angry video game nerd.
Oh, that. Okay.
Here's
that kind
2
of
hours. Yeah. Here's 2 hours about why Homestuck's not good anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I was so fascinated. Like, I stuck it out for a while. Like, all right, let's see what this is. But after watching both of those videos in their entirety, I just became profoundly sad at having wasted that time.
Yeah, that certain segment of YouTube, quote unquote, huge quotes, documentaries about fandoms is just an instant bounce off for me. There's no way I'm clicking on that in a million years. Apparently now there is some video people are getting. I have not seen it recommended to me. I've only seen the complaints about it. There is some kid made an 8-hour overview of every Bomberman game.
Oh, and for fuck's sake.
Apparently his delivery and presentation of the video sounds like some of the worst people who have stepped into your bar that you talk about.
Cool.
So that's enough for me to not really want to dive into that. But that's one of those things. It's like, you don't have to make it 8 hours. From what I understand, just a bunch of weird, nerdy nitpicking and not even relying on many facts to begin with. Not even really checking up on anything. Just like, this game has this, isn't that dumb? And so on and so forth. And it's just like, you don't have to click on it, folks.
Cool.
I've seen tweets from people complaining about it. I've seen tweets from people saying, I'm in the middle of this. And all of a sudden it's like, why are you in the middle of it at all? Why'd you click on it?
Yeah.
Just stop.
I think the reason YouTube was suggesting all these things to me is because our good pal Aaron linked me to Dan Olson's video about NFTs, which is a recommended video. And a good, I think it's like 2 hours, but it's a very good summary of what exactly NFTs are and why they're bullshit and all this. And it's very educational. I recommend it. However, Dan Olson also does a lot of content that is kind of content about content adjacent. And I think that's why the algorithm was like, oh, you like this? Then you'll love these.
Yeah, of course. That's how it works. I mean, it's very basic. Once you even just click on one video one day and then click over to home and it's just like, oh yeah, now everything's about this. And it's like, no, I was just into the one thing. But eventually it levels out and things sort of go away like silt on the shore. They just kind of recede.
That's poetic.
And then someday they'll come back, but mostly they'll just recede into the ether.
Fuck off.
I do like that you can just click on something and you can tell YouTube in very direct terms, do not recommend this channel to me.
Yes, actually, that's the only one of those commands that seems to actually work.
Yeah.
Because there's also not interested. Tell us why. I don't like the video. Okay, well, we'll make sure to show it to you again.
No.
Optimus.
Or I've already seen the video. No, okay, well, you sure? I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow.
The bar is red, dude.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's the most baffling shit on that stupid website. You can tell. I've seen it. Like, what more do you need?
You know, you're YouTube.
Yes.
You are the tube. The tube is you. Baba is you.
You know how to take the reservation.
Anybody can just tube them.
That should be their next Super Bowl commercial. Get Seinfeld on there, yeah.
Oh, Jerry.
Whose tube?
What would be on George Costanza's YouTube channel?
Probably reviewing TV dinners or something. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Well, that's where I am right now. I feel like my emotional reserves are finite. And if you recommend anything to me, I'm going to politely smile and I'm going to nod and I'm going to say the thing that I always say when someone recommends something, which is, I've heard that's good.
Yes.
That's
the best thing you can do.
Yeah. If you hear me say, I've heard that's good, just you can move on. Like, I'm not going to watch or see or do the thing that you are recommending. I'm going to I might store it away in a little backlog in the back of my mind, but yeah, I can't. It's too much. There is too much shit. You know what's real? You know what fucking rules? Like,
less shit.
Going outside and having a quiet walk with your wife. It's the greatest.
Yeah, it works out.
It is so good.
Yeah, you go and get a bubble tea. It's real nice.
Yes. Like, no one's talking to you except for her. Like, you're talking together. The weather is not. Look at that fucking tree. Look at that weird tree. Look at that dog.
Alex.
What?
It works for us, but other people, they might not have a romantic partner.
That's not my fucking problem. I don't give a shit. That's not my problem. I'm not meant to be that substitute. If you come in that bar trying to make me that substitute, you can fuck right off.
Our voicemails this week about romantic issues. Let's play some now. No, Alex, I did want to ask you, or rather, I wanted to let you know that I was really hoping that this discussion was going to lead into some sort of lead up into you finally revealing these secret games that you decided to play without anyone's influence. When is that going to happen?
That is going to remain a closely guarded secret for the time being.
Okay, is there anything that we can do to encourage that being revealed? Is it going to be like a Christmas special or something, or?
Yeah, sure, that'll be the Christmas special.
All right. All right, that's all I want to know. That's fine.
There we go.
We're good.
Yeah, it's I just put it on hold because I have other shit to do. I'll get back to it when I have some free time. But until then, keep watching the skis. All right, why don't we take a quick break and we'll come back for the thrilling conclusion of No More Whoppers. How did I trip on the word Whoppers? I'm real loopy this week. I've had a lot of coffee.
You're as bad as me now.
No More Whoppers, episode 222:2222. Honk honk! Make room for huge plays with the HyperX Alloy Origin 65 mechanical gaming keyboard and the Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse. The Alloy Origin 65 has a functionally compact form factor, keeping the arrow keys without the numpad and function keys. The
Pulsefire Haste
is the lightest wireless mouse from HyperX, featuring a robust connection, up to 100 hours of battery life, and is even water resistant. The Alloy Origin 65 and Pulsefire Haste wireless. Keep your setup clean and clutter-free with the Alloy Origin 65 mechanical keyboard and the Pulsefire Haste wireless mouse.
Do you like the TV show Friends? Then check out Watching Friends with me, Mark.
And me, Ryan.
Every week as we go through every episode of this iconic TV show, giving you behind-the-scenes facts, our thoughts on every scene, and some personal stories.
Do you know which actor can't remember how many seasons of the show there are? How about the one common household object that could never be seen on the show? We've got the answers and more as we explore Friends in depth every week.
Watching Friends, only on the HyperX Podcast Network.
Folks, we're back. It's no more sandwiches.
No more Whoppers. You're here with us. We're locked in with you, not you're locked in. Well, how does it go?
How does it go?
Why are you copying what I say?
Why are you copying what I do?
I'm a big, dumb, stupid idiot. I'm a big Dumbo. Did I win?
Yeah, you did. Go take your victory lap. I don't care anymore.
Yes, sir!
It's the rest of the show here. Shall we do some fan fun?
Yes, we're going to do fan fun. Cue the theme.
I think I fully understand now, Alex, why you think your life is just so swamped right now. And I think
why is that?
You may have also let something fall by the wayside, and that you were going to make more fan fun themes each time, I believe.
Yes, yeah, I keep forgetting to do that, but yeah, you know what? I got shit to do.
Yeah, right. Well, we talked about that. We had a very angry conversation about that.
Did we?
Well, it ended up with me saying something in the way I probably shouldn't have, and you snapped at that, and then you went on for another minute or so yelling at me, trying to explain what you were talking about, even though I fully understood what you were talking about, but it was just the one way I said something just set you off, and I couldn't even possibly come back to the point if I wanted to, and then the conversation just died in anger, because that's how we roll.
Yeah, that's the last 47 interactions we've had.
Really? We've done 222 episodes, though.
Donkachino.
Yeah.
Fan fun. Well, let's talk voicemails. The number is 805 NMW Talk. That's 805.
805-669-8255. Don't add those numbers together and then dial the sum. That is not, you'd think it would work. It doesn't.
No.
I've tried it.
Oh, you did try it.
I did, yeah. It's like,
Nothing?
I think if you keep adding all the digits together, it just comes out to 4.
Well, that's math.
Yeah, math is power.
Traditional math rules. Everything comes out to 4.
That's right.
We got some mails. We got some mailu on our Denwa.
Meru? That's true. We got 3 calls here this week. The first one, boy, I am trusting you on this. Because the first one is double what I would consider to be the acceptable length for a call. But you have assured me it's worth listening to, and I trust your judgment.
I did listen to it because it first of all, it did not provide a transcript, so we're not going to be doing the transcript thing with this,
right?
Or perhaps most of them today.
Yeah, but
so I did have to listen back to it, and it was worth it in my view. Not every 3-minute call is going to be worth it, folks. Okay,
yes,
so you still have to be good.
Let's put it this way. If you send in anything over 90 seconds, you are then subject to a quality evaluation.
Yes, precisely.
Okay. Well, in the immortal words of Beyblade, let her rip.
Let her rip.
Hello, Ray and Alex.
Correct.
This is Jared. I'm a first-time, long-time, and I want to call today and tell you about a No More Whoppers dream I had. I believe it was the beginning of 2014. Okay, so in the dream, I am up late at night and I'm flipping through TV channels, and I come across a late night talk show, David Letterman, and I stop because I noticed the guest is Ray Barnholt from No More Whoppers, and I'm like, hey, that's Ray. And so I stop and, tune in, and it's just as David Letterman is asking Ray, he's saying, so I understand your partner from No More Whoppers is in the audience with us tonight. And Ray says, yes, that's right. And then motions towards the audience, and the camera cuts to the first row there, and sure enough, Alex is sitting there in the first row in the audience, but next to him is Babar, the cartoon elephant. He's sitting there in his trademark green suit and crown. And then it cuts back to Letterman and Ray, and I guess David Letterman thinks that Babar is the partner, not Alex, and then he says in a very Alex-like intonation, "Your partner is the Elephant Man," like that. And it kind of makes me chuckle now. I always thought that was such a funny dream, and just has a certain no more Whoppers flavor to it as well. Actually, side note, I once tried to send you all a description of this dream in a tweet. You all had called out for questions via Twitter to answer on air around the time I had the dream, and so I tried to tweet you a description of the dream in the form of a question. I think by adding like "how about" to the beginning, like "how about this dream?" blah blah blah. But
and he gets cut off there, which is good.
Oh no! Yeah, okay, yeah, probably for the best. Oh my god, that rules! I love Babar, King of the Elephants.
Yeah, I do too.
He's a good guy.
When I went to New York, when I was 17, we went to the Guggenheim Museum, and I went to the gift shop, and they had a little Brio car, the little wood toy cars.
I love Brio, yeah.
With a Babar Brio car. And I bought that, and I kind of used it as a good luck charm, I guess, But I still have it.
Cool.
Babar's cool.
Yeah. And Brio. I was into Brio.
So apparently, 3 minutes is the upper limit for a message.
Yeah, there we go. That's
You will get
3
cut
minutes
off.
is the official limit, and then half of that, 90 seconds, is our unofficial limit.
So
after which point, we're going to scrutinize the shit out of your message.
Well, here's a good tip. Don't talk about tweets you may have sent us. But thank you otherwise, Jared. That was pretty good.
That's a great dream. That's fantastic.
I think I proved what I was saying to Alex.
Congratulations on getting a Letterman, by the way.
Yes. And you too, by proxy?
Yeah. I guess I was part of the bit because I was in the audience with Babar.
You were there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess the spotlight showed Babar in the audience. Spotlight in the audience there. Yes, indeed.
Oh, fun.
So, all right, next message. We got a couple more here. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Ray and Alex. This is Demo Weasel. Calling in just because you've been talking about dreams on the show recently.
Yes.
I'm not going to give you one of my dreams, but I'm curious if there's like a recurring what sort of recurring anxiety dream?
Yes.
You know, for a lot of people it's school, a lot of people it's their teeth falling out. But what's yours?
Thanks. Thank you. Demonstration Weasel. I've had the teeth falling out dream many times. I think for me, the number one anxiety dream that I get is I am driving a car and the brakes don't work.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that just symbolizes like I don't feel like I'm in control of my life. And I've had that dream sort of less and less as time goes on, but every once in a while I will still have it.
Yeah. You've multiple times the teeth falling out one?
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I haven't had it recently.
I mean, my count is 0.
Oh, wow. In fact, I think I used to get it when I was like very unsure about my life back when I was still teaching and I was kind of aimless. I don't know what that signifies. I know what the brakes in the car signifies, but I don't know about the teeth.
Wow. Yeah. I've not really had anxiety dreams of that nature. I have had ones that involve school, but just nothing of any significance happens. It's mostly just weird, like the floor plan is different, but it's the same sort of like, I don't know, me just going back to nostalgia, basically.
I definitely have the school dream where I am informed that I missed a class and so I cannot graduate.
Yeah.
I get that one fairly often. The last time I got it, I got a call from my high school that was like, yeah, you didn't take this one class, so you have to come back and take it in order to graduate. I'm like, oh man, I guess I better go there from Japan so I can get into the college I've already graduated from.
Yeah.
And I get there and they're just like, yeah, you have to take the introduction to Dracula, and it's taught by Dracula.
I remember this one.
Yeah. And I get in there and then it turns out that I look in the back of the class and there's my diploma sitting on a dusty shelf, and I just take it and I quietly leave the room. And then that's it.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, for me, it's hands down, it's the driving with bad brakes dream, which I hate. And honestly, I haven't had, worse than dreams, I haven't had sleep paralysis in years, which is great.
That's cool.
I would get sleep paralysis in severe times of stress, and I just haven't had it in what feels like a very long time.
Yeah, I've not had it.
It's the worst.
I do imagine if I had been an English teacher in Japan, at 23 or whatever,
yeah,
maybe I would have more anxiety dreams.
Oh, I even had it when I was in college.
Yes, but I meant that in particular because it's just like foreign land, new world, new start.
Yeah, also that. Sort of. I would get it in college during finals month because I wasn't sleeping well. I was staying up too late playing FF11 and then trying to study, not getting enough sleep, and then I had to sleep. But
I can think of one problem that might have caused that.
What's that?
The staying up all night playing FF11 part.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm mentioning it.
Okay, we're going back to what I was saying before. I'm just making a joke for the audience.
What do you think a joke is?
Well, Webster's defines joke as a thing that someone says to cause amusement or laughter, especially a story with a funny punchline. Well, okay, I've already blown my own spot there. So,
well, I can't refute that, I guess. All right.
Or the verb, make jokes, talk humorously or flippantly. I do that.
Fuck off.
You do that. Dodo. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, sleep paralysis by itself is very scary, but like because I was also napping a lot in the afternoon, I would get afternoon sleep paralysis, which is somehow even scarier when it happens in the daytime.
Yeah, I bet. Now,
not good.
All I really know of sleep paralysis is that you see basically Slender Man, one or two of them trying to.
I mean, it's different for different people.
Right. Okay.
That's fine.
I
saw the old hag, which is a common one. Just a black, shadowy, like witch vibe figure.
But when I
first
heard it,
shambles into your room. What?
When I first heard the term years and years ago, I just thought it was merely not being able to move while feeling you're in an awake state.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's also nightmarish images.
Yeah, it is. Because you cannot move because your brain has told your body you are asleep now. But your eyes are open and you are seeing your actual room, but then your brain is also projecting horrible nightmares into your room. So it seems all the more real. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, I would get one where my first apartment, when I moved out of the dorms, you could see from the bed, from where my head was in the bed at a specific angle, you could see through the door into the hallway and then straight through to the front door. There was a sliver where you could see from the bed right to the front door. And when I had sleep paralysis, I saw that door open right up and I saw the black silhouette of the old hag walk into my room and then just slowly walk into my room and then stand next to the bed.
Old gray mare, won't you come out tonight?
Thank you. We'll dance by the light of the moon. I would also get the dogs, which I did not see the dogs, but I would feel and hear the dogs.
The dogs with bees in their mouths?
Yes, and when they, etc. They would, I would hear them running around. I would just hear dogs running around in my apartment, and then I would hear them run into my room, and I would feel them jump onto my bed and then just sit on my chest. And yeah, good stuff.
Does this trigger you?
No, that sounds like a cutie pie.
All right.
I love dogs. I love dogs.
Does this trigger you?
I understand what that is.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Yes.
All right. We have one more voicemail.
We do. Why don't you play it?
Oh, you want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah, I do now, smart guy.
Suddenly things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, you fuckwit.
The tables have turned.
Hey, Ray and Alex. This is Sotanga, but you can call me Mike. Alex talking about the Batman and how he hated Ben Affleck as an actor made me remember that for some reason, despite already having viewed it myself and hated it, I watched Batman v Superman with a couple of friends. It was too long, so we stopped viewing it at the halfway mark where the wheelchair bomb blows up everyone in City Hall except Superman. And to this day, we still haven't seen the rest of the movie. At first, it was just because we couldn't find the time, but later it was because we thought it fucking sucked. So we just jokingly consider that to be the ending of the film with Superman eating shit and looking all pouty with fire around him. To this day, BVS is not only one of the worst superhero films ever, but one of the worst films I have ever seen, period. That fucking sucks. I hope he retires from acting. But the Batman was very good. I agree Pattinson was a great fit. I'm looking forward to a possible sequel, though I'm hoping the Joker isn't the main villain. I think he's kind of overused, but that's getting into some persnickety comics nerd shit. So before I become an over-nerd myself, I'll just thank you guys for continuing to be a bright spot during dark times. Keep it up, you non-threatening boys.
Yeah! Thank you, Sotanga. I'm not going to read the entire transcript, but I like that Google Voice interpreted superhero movies as Super Bowl 50, which is pretty great. Oh, goodness gracious.
One of the worst Super Bowl 50 on the worst superhero.
Yeah. I skipped all the DC Universe stuff. Just because it did not interest me in any way.
I only watched Shazam while I was in Pittsburgh for your vow renewal.
Oh, that was then?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man, I've been saying Shazam.
We just watched it on the TV.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not in the theater.
Yeah. I was talking to my buddy Paul yesterday at the bar about some potential, like, what are some villains they could use for the Batman sequel? I would like to see a proper Mr. Freeze. And I don't think they're going to be leaning too hard into the sci-fi / crazy shit, but I would love to see Clayface in a live action Batman movie at some point.
Sure, okay.
Know what I mean?
No, I don't know who Clayface is.
You remember he was in the animated series. He was like basically a big mud monster.
I regret to inform you, I have not seen every episode of Batman the animated series.
I'm not asking you to see every episode, but it would be great if you did.
Just the Clayface?
Just the Clayface.
Okay. That's
there
fine.
you go. All right.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's a good show, I know. But yeah, Clayface. Okay. Mudman.
How about Calendar Man? What's he up to these days?
How about Universe Man?
Thank you. Size of the entire Universe Man.
Yeah. Yeah, those movies are not entertaining. And that'll do it for voicemail.
For me. Great. Hang up the phone. You're all alone. Thanks for calling in, everybody.
Dragon Quest poetry.
That's fun. Call in with your Dragon Quest poetry. We'll delete it for you.
Just a reminder, this is not the dream line.
This is not the dream line.
We are accepting all kinds of calls on anything.
Yes.
However, it's going to be hard to top that Letterman dream.
Yeah.
So
overnerds are great too. If you have any overnerds.
Yeah. I know. We'll see.
We will see.
I feel like, considering how much I've been complaining about dumb kids at school, we could almost have a dovetailed sort of segment that's not quite over nerds, but just, I don't know what to call it.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Overdone.
No,
it's getting, whatever. It's getting too twisted.
Kids say the dumbest shit.
Boys are fucking useless. How about that?
Dumb college boys.
We don't have to workshop it here. I was just saying. It was just it was just a riff. Just a riff.
Well, I'll workshop it in my spare time.
All right, great.
Cool.
Optimus.
Yeah. What? Are you playing us out?
No.
What was that?
Maybe that was in a Transformers trailer. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Have I missed anything to talk about, I wonder?
I don't. I feel like I always come into these episodes with a topic, and I did it. Like I talking about how I approach media and how it's too much for me to take anymore.
You do, yeah, that is a frequent subject for you. I mean, it's fine. I like talking about it. Because like,
I don't know, maybe it's the transition somewhere, but during the transition from childhood to adulthood, I lost the ability to enjoy anything and everything. And I think I'm just trying to pin down how and why that happened. And every week I get a little bit closer.
Maybe you are some sort of advanced being, and the media that you need to feel entertained by hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, I'm a super freak from the future. I need space juice.
Yeah.
Optimus.
Space movies.
No, but I keep touching on this topic because it is fascinating to me. Like, why does my brain work this way? Why can I not enjoy things the way normal people do? Like, why do I have to be in the mood? Like, I have to be in a mood where I'm willing to receive what the thing is showing me. It's like I don't understand people who can just turn on the radio and enjoy the song that's playing. Like, I don't know who the singer is. I don't know what the song is about. Like, I guess if it has a good beat, if it's catchy, that's a step in the right direction. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your deal is.
You need to have some sort of acceptance and not treat yourself as completely different from every other human on the planet. That's the feeling I get from you when you say those things. It's just
I think you are correct. But that's how I feel though, because I seem to have an impediment when it comes to enjoying things. Like every day I listen to people talk about and recommend things to me, and my initial response is there is something wrong with me that I do not and cannot enjoy things this way.
But think about how we just interact most days as a people. We're making small talk about things.
Yes.
The people who probably share your feelings aren't always talking about it all the time because it is a sensitive thing that, would probably just sound embarrassing if they were just talking about it all the time. I don't even know. Is there a subreddit for this? And also what do you call it? Et cetera, et cetera. But you have to accept it on some level, and just it is. I agree with you. It is interesting to talk about it and analyze ourselves. That's always been fun.
I also
at the same time you can't let it ruin you.
I also have a sneaking suspicion that my brain is trying to do with media what I did with alcohol, which is just, boy, I'm really sick of letting this run my life. I'm just going to not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, it's extreme. It's very liberating not having to keep up with TV and movies and shit. It's great. I recommend it. Just stop drowning yourself in fucking media all the time.
On some level, I relate to you, but on other levels, I don't, because I don't have much of what I think is an addictive personality.
Oh, well, maybe that's the other part of it. I also have a rich inner monologue that I'm very often just sort of keeping myself company. Does that make sense?
Sure. I do too
that might
sometimes,
be part of it.
But like,
okay.
I'm also, like what I said about addictive personality, I can let some things go.
Right.
Things that are, I can trust will be persistent. Even if it is, for example, drinking either soft or hard drinks,
Right.
I've always been able to just drop soda if I needed to or wanted to, for example.
Yeah.
But even with movies and TV, like that stuff's around, they're going to keep making them.
Yeah, but you don't have to keep consuming them.
Exactly. You don't have to keep consuming them. But I feel like maybe you are saying that you think other people do feel like they have to consume them. And then you can't relate to those people.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like some people feel like, well, this is the superhero movie that's out this week. I have to watch it and have an opinion about it. Or you don't. Or you can do something else. Fix your bike.
I have to watch the movie, watch the series. I have to collect every Funko Pop from it.
No, you do not.
Well, I'm a nerd though.
Mitchell! No. That's you don't have to be your dumb, what you think is your dumb social identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking be Kevin for once in your goddamn life.
Yeah, remember when it used to be easier to be Kevin?
Yes!
Man, oh man. And then suddenly people started marketing towards Kevin.
Jeez.
It was all downhill from there.
I think my biggest hang up is I get very, because my job involves me talking to people every day, I get very bored at having the same conversations with a lot of people. And
no doubt.
If I'm talking to my friends, there's no problem at all because, we can riff about whatever anytime. But then when I'm talking to randos and they're talking about they just want to have a very generic conversation about games or media or, God forbid, anime, and I've got to just kind of play along and fake like I'm interested in that kind of shit, that's when it becomes very difficult. I'm also, here's a kind of conversation we can do away with forever, and it's, boy, the place I'm from does this food better than the place you're from, which is not... It's not a conversation to have. It's not interesting. It's not fun for anybody involved.
The whole food ideology thing is one of the biggest things that may have started as a joke decades ago and now has turned into religions for people. That's one of the biggest examples I can think of. And it's just tiring.
It's bullshit that started off as a gag and now it's like, no, my state does barbecue the real way and your state does barbecue the wrong way.
Yeah.
My country does sausage the right way, but your country does it the dumb way.
You only put one pinch of salt in the water before you boil it?
I'm asking you to go to the kitchen, pull out a knife, and jam it into your fucking gut.
It's that, and it's states arguing about barbecue, which is also a bullshit non-issue.
Barbecue, pizza, sandwiches.
Pizza, sandwiches.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Until they find something else.
Cronuts. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember Cronuts.
Yeah, what happened to those? Where can you find a cronut these days?
I don't know.
Boy, that came and went, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you could find them at a local bakery, maybe.
You want to make some?
Yeah, sure.
Optimus!
Let's have a No More Whoppers bake-off.
Yeah, go nuts for Cronuts!
Oh. Oh, that shouldn't have got me. Wow. What an enlightening set of conversations we've had this time. Let's wrap it up, shall we?
Yes.
My goodness. I'm surprised we still have things to talk about. There you go.
Hey, we have a rich relationship spanning decades. There's always going to be something to talk about.
That's a load of rich, creamy butter.
Thank you.
Well, that's No More Whoppers. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Our website is nomorewhoppers.com. You can find all of our important links to things that we need to show you besides the website, including the Patreon, patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. You can give us $5 a month to be a special Golder subscriber, which not only now gets you episodes a week early and without ads, but you do now get access to our brand new spin-off series.
There's more?
There's more? There's more.
Yes.
Oh.
There's more in them Narhills.
Could it be...
What happened to Michael?
I'm so glad we both decided to play that.
That's synergy. Okay, yes. Golden 16 Seconds is our new spin-off. We analyze and not analyze the famous Italian Job trailer, second by second, at least 90 minutes every time.
Yes, if you're a Golder subscriber, episode 2 should be out next week. If you're a Normo, episode 2's out right now. Get on the Patreon.
Yes.
Get it into your ear parts.
And yeah, that's our next new bonus. We haven't changed the price or anything. Still $5 a month to be a Golder subscriber. Or you can just
$5 cheap.
Toss us any amount of money below that just to be a Gold subscriber. That's cool too.
Yeah.
We're also on Discord. That link is, again, hard to repeat, but you can find that from nomorewhoppers.com.
Yes.
Everybody's free to join up and talk.
Should we link to it in the Twitter bio?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I don't know. I think it might have went over the limit of the character limit.
I feel you're the limit.
Okay.
Great. I think you're a funny guy.
Phone number again, 805-NMW-TALK. That's 805-669-8255 in the continental United States.
Give us a call.
Talk to us. Pick up the phone. Remember that commercial?
Yes. When you pick up the phone, do you say "Go for Ray"?
I don't. No.
Could
I don't
you
say that at all.
Will you?
Go for?
Yeah.
No. What does that mean?
That's like it's like a cool thing that hotshot dudes do when they pick up the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, good.
All right, sure.
Go for Ray.
Go Wagonar. Hey,
Go
guess
for
what?
Leonardo DiCaprio. Hi.
There's also No More Whoppers merchandise. You can find the link on our site, but it's shop.spreadshirt.com/No More Whoppers. Shirts, buttons, and stickers.
Have T-shirts.
How about
what?
How about you put one of our No More Whoppers stickers on a gas pump instead of Biden saying, "I did that"?
That's a good idea that
How
you
about
said.
Actually, do neither. Let's not vandalize gas pumps.
Put a No More Whopper sticker. I mean, don't put them on a Burger King. It'll seem like some kind of protest.
Well,
put them,
if you're going to put them on anything.
You know what, though? I bet they let you put them on McDonald's.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Someone do that.
Yeah.
That's fun. Speaking of t-shirts, I did buy the Final Fantasy 12 t-shirt from Uniqlo.
One of 16 shirts that aren't that ugly of that lineup.
Yeah, there's...
I looked at them all and I was like, hey, do I actually want to wear a Final Fantasy 7 t-shirt for the first time in 25 years? The answer is no.
Yeah, they're not good. I am kind of amazed.
Yeah, Uniqlo's not that great, except I did not get the Final Fantasy shirts, but they did just launch a line of Hiroshi Nagai shirts. He's my favorite artist. I snapped all those up.
Isn't that the Japanese name of Family Guy?
Moving on.
No, hang on. I want to complain about these shirts some more. I really like the 12 one is fine. I like the 11 and 14. Those were the only two I really wanted. But the rest of them are just like, it's the Final Fantasy look. Here's some sprites from the video game, you fucking nerds. Like, what's wrong with making a cool, artistic-looking T-shirt to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the
Something about
series?
Uniqlo, they've really gone downhill in the last few years with all their shirt designs. It's just the most boilerplate shit, and I don't understand.
It's not good.
I guess especially with the ones we're interested in, I suppose. But I mean, even these Hiroshi Nagai shirts are just like his painting in just in the middle of the shirt. But I like the stuff.
Yeah,
I like them, and I do think they look okay. But it's still just very basic, and it's like, come on, can we try something else?
It was especially the Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, and 5 shirts just feel cynical to me. They feel like these nerds are gonna fucking eat this shit up.
Yeah.
At least the other ones tried to incorporate some kind of art. I think 7, 8.
6 is a bit different from the others.
God damn it! If 6 was just the Magitech armor on the snowfield backdrop, stretched to fill the whole shirt, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, unfortunately they went a little bit too Japanese with it.
It's so dumb. Imagine the Batman t-shirt, the classic Batman t-shirt.
Yes.
Imagine if you had the Batman t-shirt with the logo on it from Batman 89, and then under the logo in katakana, it says, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. And it was just that for the whole cast of the fucking film. That's how dumb that looks.
I'll tell you what, though.
Hi.
That's not out of the question in reality. There probably is a shirt like that.
Oh.
They sell PlayStation merchandise in this country that just says Katakana PlayStation on it.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's pretty dumb. But it's
trendy.
It's the same shit. It's just Japan's thing in reverse. It's like English is cool. Japanese is cool.
In their defense, Katakana looks cool.
Yeah.
No, you don't agree? I guess you've read it too much.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it's a language. It doesn't look cool.
But, it's like angular and stuff, and...
it's, you know what? I'll tell you this. It's better than kanji. It's preferable to kanji, which just comes off as pretentious 100% of the time.
Right. Of course. And especially when it's a tattoo that you don't know how to read.
Hey, I can read mine.
No, I meant other people.
It says... Steve?
We're on Twitter, No More Whoppers.
Yeah!
Alex is on Twitter personally as...
I'm Patui, that's Pitohui. Please also follow the bar at Critical Hits Nag. Overheards at OOCCHQ. Is that it?
I guess so.
Or just go to patui.org, where I link to all my stuff. Twitch, Fiverr, Twitter, Twister, Twatcher. It's all in there.
Right.
Go get yourself a heaping spoonful.
Only fans, no fans.
Some fans.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're nude on all of it.
Most of it.
All right. I'm on Twitter, RDBAAA, not Ardiba. My game company's Bipedal Dog. And hey, guess what?
What?
Like I said, I made a second game that you can buy.
That's right.
Smash Gadget on Playdate, and then Blast Rush on mobile and PC. How about all of that? And I have been on Retronauts the past couple times, talking about the Super Mario movie, and also talking about early Taito. Those were two recent ones as of this recording that I'm on. Always a fun time to be on Retronauts. Alex?
What?
Last time you weren't... No, it's been... Shit.
It's been too long.
It's been too long, sorry. I thought you were on one more recently, that's all.
Enjoy Retronauts, a serious discussion about serious video games.
And you and I are both on Twitch, RDBAA and Hooded Patui, of course.
I'm Hooded Patui, all one word. I really want to get back into streaming.
We need to get a new No More Whopper stream going.
We do.
We need to spend some of your great money, listeners.
Yes.
To get some games going.
Yes.
How about, yeah, you into that?
I've been known to play a video game from time to time. Are you familiar with Quicken?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am.
That's right.
Which vintage?
Windows 95.
All right, pretty good, yeah.
Tried
and true.
Yeah.
All right. Show.
Hi, it's me, Ray.
Did it. How you feel?
I feel good. We've got another one in the books. Golder subscribers can come back next week for some golden 16 seconds.
True enough. All right. Well, Alex, thanks so much for being a sport, even though you yelled at me a little too much this time, but I still love you.
Anytime.
Everybody else, Keep your nose clean. We'll see you next time. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show. Tungsten. How hard is that stuff anyway? So, I'm going to start the talking with that. And you're not going to say anything loud or attacking, okay? You're going to listen to me say it, and if I say anything factually wrong, you're going to politely correct me. You understand?
Is this hypnosis? Is this how hypnosis works?
I hope so.
All right.